Peace Collective, welcome to the underworld. I'm Veiled Mystique, and this is your channeled message in divine time. In Earth time, it's Sunday, August 9th, 2026. It's now 10:19 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I just finished not too long ago recording a pick-a-pile reading, and I haven't uploaded it yet, but I kind of felt called to, I don't know, I've been called to do a lot of recording and going live and things like that today. So it's been interesting. It's been cool, you know. And now I'm kind of winding down for the end of the night. So when I get in bed, I'll be working on editing the video. I don't do too many edits. It's more just adding imagery to the videos. So yeah, so that's what I'll be doing tonight, is working on that. And I figured I should do a quick collective reading. I had originally said that I was going to do embodied weekly messages for the collective, like not pick a card or anything like that on Sundays, but I have found that I don't like rigidity. I just kind of have to let things happen when they happen. So this is just going to be a collective reading. The pick a card reading was face forward, but now it's like, you know, it's the end of the night. So it's like I'm kind of quieting down. I just pulled my herb cards, and this is the tea that I just made. I did throw a yogi tea in there. Let's see what the affirmation says. We can always start again. Literally, kind of what I was talking about is like, you know, saying every Sunday I'm gonna record blase blah blah blah, and so then when I don't do it, then I'm beating myself up, and that's not good. So, you know, it's like when I'm called to do it, like today I was called to go live, I was called to do a pick a card, and now I'm here doing this, you know, which all of it works out exactly the way it's supposed to, you know. It might be a heavy day today, and then tomorrow might be I don't show up at all, you know. I just focus on myself. So the tea that the yogi tea that I have in, this is not a paid sponsorship, but hey, it can be, cinnamon horchata stress and sleep tea, and it's got ashwagandha passion flower. Yeah, that's mainly what it is. And I really just put that in there to go along with for taste, because the first card I pulled was number 23, which is the Peaceful Warrior. And if you watch the pick a card reading, it'll all make sense of why this card came out. So we have milk thistle with Peaceful Warrior, and I do have milk thistle here. So I used about a tablespoon of milk thistle bagged, you know, bagged it myself. And then we got Blue Lotus with Intuition, card number 5. And this is what the Blue Lotus looks like. So it's very bitter. It's not the best taste, but I put lots of honey in my tea. And I only put 1 flower and maybe a couple petals in there. So not a whole lot. A little goes a long way. Less is more, you know. And then I had motherwort, which I am actually out of motherwort, but I said I need to buy some more. And the keyword is strength. So it's interesting because we started out with the Peaceful Warrior over here, and we have the strength card ending it. And in my InBodied Tarot deck, the card that came out was the Strength card. And in my deck, it's called the Warrior. And the lesson is about peace. And I was inspired by this card. And that's why I also chose to use kind of that theme for that. But I don't have any motherwort, but I wanted to add something else to the bag. So this is a mix of Gatu Cola, horsetail, and chamomile. Of course, chamomile is a great nighttime tea, and it is now 10:23 at night. 10:23. 23 may be significant. 2023. 3 years ago. 3 was coming to me earlier today. I was seeing the 3 of hearts, 3 of diamonds, and then just another red 3. So anyway, if that's significant, we also have 23 and 13. So we have 2 3s here. And like I said, it was 1023 at that time when I said that. So we are letting our tea steep. It is doing its thing over here in my mug. I also had ginseng, but I feel like ginseng is a daytime herb. And it says the Magician on it. I do have ginseng in capsules, and I also on the other side had number 24. So we have a synchronicity here, 23 and 24. 24 with tobacco and offering. So I'm probably going to burn some tobacco tonight before I go to bed for the ancestors and put it right in front of their altar. Is kind of what I'm feeling. Okay. So we're going to put these cards up and we're going to get into the InBodied weekly message for the week ahead. And I think I'm going to go ahead and I thought I was going to use IBT 66. I have multiple decks that I created, but I'm going to go ahead and use this one from earlier today. This is IBT 99. This is pretty much the complete system. Pretty much all the way up to date. So I'm calling forth our highest angels of the light. Angels of the light. I was thinking calling forward the highest guides of the light, spirit guides of the light, angels, ancestors, our spirit animals, the elements, the spirit of the elements, water, fire, earth, and air, and ether. Don't forget the space in between. Don't forget the space in between. The things that aren't seen. More of our reality is unseen than seen. What messages do we need for the week ahead for myself and the InBodied Collective? How can we better embody ourselves this week? So if you're new to InBodied Tarot, it's a dual-sided system. One side of the card is spirit side. So you have an archetype and the lesson. And on the other side, you have body affiliations and associations. That word came to me earlier. When we think of the word association, we often think of people. Who do we associate with? But sometimes associations are about how you associate things and put them together. How do you organize those thoughts? The thought of association. We have straight out the deck, we have the purple bordered card. The purple border cards are the Ascension suit. These are specific cards to the InBodied Tarot. It came out on the body side and on the MC. So any card can come out on the spirit side or the body side, and it can come out on any angle. This came out on the MC. I am a former emergency manager, so I decided to plug in on the body side. Each angle represents one of the 4 phases of emergency management. When we think about the body, the thing is, I never wanted anyone to feel anxious about their body. I've been there and done that. Am I okay? Am I healthy? Am I dying? You know, getting all in our head. Now, this is the card of Saturn return. It's the card of Chronos. On the spirit side, it's Chronos with divine timing. But on the body side, we have the sympathetic nervous system. Saturn returns, sympathetic nervous system on the MC angle. The MC angle in InBodied Tarot on the body side correlates to mitigation. This also correlates to the outer world. We are trying to mitigate something within our collective sympathetic nervous system. Okay, so what's the sympathetic nervous system? How can we mitigate issues with the sympathetic nervous system? Take a little time out to do your research, to think about it. Kinesthetic. Also, kinesthetic learning is connected to the MC angle in the embodied theory. Also, clairsentience, feeling into the sympathetic nervous system. The message that I'm getting intuitively about the sympathetic nervous system being on the MC angle, which is external world, is being more sympathetic to what other people are going through. Saturn returns are very difficult times to go through. We usually go through our Saturn return around the ages of 30, and usually something pivotal has taken place in our lives at that time. Around the age of 30, we're learning some very hard lessons, and we get a chance to pick to move forward with something. Saturn return. The sympathetic nervous system is a branch of your automatically nervous system that controls the body's rapid fight or flight. Yes, we're being called this week to be a little bit more sympathetic to not only our own nervous system, but to feel into the fight or flight responses to danger or stress. So there may be moments, and I feel like this gives us the opportunity to have sympathy for someone outside of ourselves, because we do know what it feels like to be in that fight or flight space. And so we can easily recognize when someone else is in fight or flight. Have sympathy, have some compassion. Feel into it. Receive support. It speeds up your heart rate, widens your airways, expands your pupils, and slows down non-essential functions like digestion to give you quick energy. Unable to digest. There may be information. I'm looking at, we have Sun and Virgo just came out on the ascendant. We're being called to be the researcher, to think critically, to not just jump to conclusions when it comes to maybe a message. We do have the Mercury Kazemi this week, along with the eclipse happening this week. So a lot shifting. Be gentle with yourself and be gentle with others, okay? There may be moments that trigger this fight or flight response. Look at it as the researcher. Don't react. We just need to think about it. On the ascendant asks us, this is the core class of language arts in the embodied theory system. The AC is correlated to language arts. How do we define the researcher? What is critical thinking? So be curious this week to look into our language. What is the researcher? What are we being asked to research and look closer at? What are we being asked to think critically about? Like I said, it could be a conversation. This is the first card of Virgo, and this is the first decan with the sign of Mercury there. There it is. With the sign of Mercury there. First decan, Mercury in the embodied system. Ask what? Every planet either has a question word or part of Bloom's hierarchy taxonomy, okay? And Mercury, Sun asks who? Who? I'm getting something about not necessarily who are you, but who is this person that is needing a little bit more sympathy, but also still think critically for yourself. Self, AC. The ascendant is the self. Think critically for yourself. Be willing to research, to look a little closer. This is the angle of the visual learner, the ascendant, the visual learner. This week we're going to be asked to look at who is giving us this message, to have a little compassion, a little sympathy, according to how it may look to the external world. Then we have on the I see, we have the child of soul. The child of soul on the spirit side of the card. My bad, y'all. The spirit side of the card. This is the empath. Yeah, we're really being asked to be more compassionate this week to others, to ourselves. Ooh, I just got lightheaded. The child of soul in the embodied theory is the RWS learner. This is the reading, writing, symbolic learner. Being able to think critically, researching language, reading and writing and researching, and what do the signs and symbols mean? What is someone not saying? And not in a negative way, but being able to read their fight or flight responses. They may be going through a difficult time. Saturn return, time. Saturn rules when, time. I don't want to overwhelm with this deck, so I'm going to close it out. We'll get something on the descendant. That way we have every angle covered. Do your research about the astrological angles. Learn about the astrological angles. Start to see them symbolically in your everyday life. Well, this is the way it fell, and it's kind of looking like it wants to be here, huh? So now we have double energy on the I see. I see. I heard a song. From sea to shining sea. The architect with conscious. It seems like we have two earth cards here. We have two earth cards here, tapping into your heart, because I do use the colored borders to connect with the chakras. So we have double heart energy here. We have sacral here, and we have crown here, or third eye. This is third eye in this deck. Third eye, to be able to see clearly. We might not be able to see clearly. It's very interesting because this is on the MC. Or maybe this is you being, sound authority, to be someone's support, to show empathy, path, on someone's path, empath, sympathetic, path. Being able to care, show care, nourish the soul. This is a child card. Someone's inner child getting triggered, and they're going to need outside support to calm their sympathetic nervous system, to bring ease to their heart. Being able to think critically about what someone else needs, to help build a new architecture, build new consciousness for someone. What a blessing it is to be able to show someone care and love, unconditional love. That does not mean sacrifice yourself. It means being a healthy, empathic, sympathetic person who can see when someone is struggling Thank you. And we have the seed on the DC. The seed. By the end of the week, it always comes back tenfold is what I just heard. It always comes back tenfold. In my deck, the aces are divine gifts, the divine gift of the seed. And guess what someone gave me today? Seeds, teaching me how to plant seeds, how to take what you already have and make it grow into something else. Someone literally gave me a seed today, surrounded by love, the heart chakra. This center may be a little difficult. These two may be a little difficult. Changing our perception about the world. We do care. Someone needs to know that we do care. Someone needs to know that someone cares. They need their architecture change. Look at that Mercury. Mercury, first decan, third decan, Mercury. A little love in your heart. That's what I just heard. That is the message that I have from the InBodied Tarot. Let me get you all some oracle cards before I completely disappear. Give me just a second. And we're back at 1041. And for some reason, I felt that both of these decks, I was feeling like an affirmation. And what I'm seeing now with this Eight of Body card, we are definitely focused heavier into our body this week. We're nurturing our sympathetic nervous system. And we're tapping into that child. We're keeping someone safe while they go through what they're going through. That's what I'm seeing here. We have this earth solid energy around this child, around this sympathetic nervous system. Someone's going through an intense healing this week. And we have the opportunity to give them the space that they need, give them the container that they need in order to go through it, to let them know that someone cares, that someone is there for them. If you can be that for someone, be that for someone. If you know that you need that, then do everything that you can to give it to yourself. And I pray that you meet someone this week or encounter someone this week like I encountered someone today that gave me seeds. Earth and body. This is the element of earth. A seed being planted by the end of the week. You'll be able to start anew. It does look like it's going to be a little rough at the beginning of the week, but we need support from outside of ourselves. Prayer was the last card that I got in this deck. Prayer. I don't think we're supposed to go seek. I think we're supposed to just be open to what presents itself, just like I did not anticipate that today I was going to receive literal seeds from someone I've never received seeds from. The RWS learner is about understanding. It says understand on here. It says listen. There's been some changes that have happened with this card, but listening, being understanding, being compassionate, holding space for someone. We don't need to reach outside of ourselves. Trust that the right person is going to come at the right time and give you exactly what you need. Or maybe you're being called to step up as a leader, as someone who's worked through a lot of your own stuff, and now you can be there for someone else who's going through their Saturn return. I'm about to be 44, and so Saturn returns happen around the age of 30. Imagine if you've grown wiser through your Saturn return, and now someone may need you to hold space for them, understanding what that time is like. I'm just going to get one from each, just as like an affirmation for you to remember. If you can't remember anything else I said, I'm hopeful that these 2 affirmation cards will be what you need. There we go. Detox. Too often we see this word and we instantly think body, diet, movement. Do we ever stop to think about how we can cleanse our minds, what mental clutter we are hanging on to, perhaps unnecessarily? Sister, if it doesn't spark joy in your mind, in your body, or in your soul, discard it. Just as we have the power to select the food we eat, we have the power to select our thoughts. Detoxifying our mind, body, and soul begins with one selected thought at a time. That actually connects right back to the pick a card reading. If you catch it, I would be interested to know if you pick the pile that we talked about, about detoxing the mind for the week. There was a call to detox our mind, to maybe take a 7-day cleanse off of social media, or to practice 7 days of meditation, or 7 days of writing in your journal. Something about 7 days, 7-day detox to clear your mind of external noise. Stomach making noises. Stomach detox. It usually does go straight to your quality of your body when we think detox, but detoxing the mind is just as important. Thank you. And we also had the 2 Mercury Decan cards. And on this one, we have a soul art. I feel like this is saying be inspired. Use art as a way to work through whatever may be coming up this week emotionally. I am a vibrant creator. I express my unique gifts openly with confidence. Every choice I make is an act of creation, inspired by my curious spirit. My life is an art piece painted with the energy of my creativity. And so, yeah, those were the 2 affirmations. We got create, and detox. Create and detox. In that time period that you're detoxing your mind, let's zoom y'all out just a tad bit so y'all can see all the cards. We're new to this, but yeah, lots of earth energy, heavy earth side. Yeah, I hope this message found whoever it was supposed to find. I'm wishing you nothing but the best, and I will see you when I see you. Until the next time, namaste. The divine in me sees the divine in you. Peace, love, and until the next time, keep dreaming.